So what are my goals today? I'm going to kind of do a little daily vlog. It'll keep me accountable and it'll motivate me to get what I need done and to not put it off. So what are my goals today? Well, I told you yesterday that when I go to bed at night, I make a plan usually for the next day, and that sometimes that plan doesn't work out right. But last night I was pooped. Last night I had some computer things to do. I had some emailing back and forth with my sewer guy to do. And when I went to bed, I just went to bed. So this morning I'm waking up and I'm waiting right now for the water well guy to come. That is part of my plan today, is I knew he was coming. So he just called. It takes him about an hour to get here. So I just came outside and I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to use my time today. One of the things that I am trying to do is every time we go up to our property, I'm trying to take things in my car to move things from here to there slowly, very slowly. I can't take a whole lot in my car because some things are just too big and it's going to be for when we move later with a trailer. But I'm just trying. However, I'm going to do some measuring today and see if I can get this thing moved. It's my big, huge German helmet. No, it's actually, this is upside down. It's the big sugar kettle thing that I had in the front of our property. I had it right over there in the rocks that are to the left of our driveway. And I've grown a lot of things in it. I've grown carrots in it, beets in it. Last year I grew okra in it, some dwarf okra. I've grown all kind of things in it, just beautiful flowers and grasses, but I had to empty it out the other day. I took all the soil that was in it and I put it in this little herb garden, just added some soil to that, and I could have hauled it up to my land, but I went ahead and just left it here. And I put some in that little bucket there to fill it up. And I'm just gonna let them plant what they want to plant here. But I felt like I could just put that dirt there. I had sand in the bottom of this thing. I took it to the beach and I actually put it on top of our sewer system because I needed to put a little extra dirt and sand on the sewer system to keep it weighted down. So that was okay. And then on the bottom of that, I had rocks. So I took the rocks out, of course, and just put them in our driveway. So it was no problem doing it. I had places to put everything. It was just kind of a pain because this thing is about 4 feet wide. It's pretty big. I don't know if it's going to fit in my car, but I'm going to measure. If it will, I'm taking it with me because every time I drive up, I just feel like I'm looking at, Sergeant Schultz's helmet or whatever when I drive up. So I want to get that up there and just get it to the land, and I will decide later where I'm going to place it, where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to plant something pretty in it. When we go up to the land later to bring whatever I can fit in my car, whatever works, I want to also go ahead and put my ladder that I brought up there the other day, and I want to go ahead and try to get something raked off of that container. I'm just going to try. I'm going to take it easy and do what I can do because I'm up there by myself, and should I get hurt or anything, then not only am I hurt, but then Richard is there and he can't help me. So I'm gonna scope things out. I'm just gonna scope things out, and if I feel like I need to call in some backup, hire some help, or do something like that, then I will. But I want to scope it myself and kind of put the ladder up against there and see how hard is this going to be to use a long stick or a long rake to pull some of that stuff off. To get it off of the actual container part, I'm going to have to go through the fence into the little pasture next to our house. But I'm going to have to go in there and set my ladder up. The container is right by the fence. It's literally just about 6 inches from the fence. So I can set my ladder up on that side and reach the top of the container, and I need to scope that out too. So I think one of the things I'm going to do right now while I'm waiting on that man is this. I pulled out almost all of my other cowpeas except these, and they're being overrun right now with vines. I know a lot of people have morning glories. Is this morning glories? I painted a painting of morning glories one time, but I've never actually really consciously known whether these are morning glories or not. I don't know, but anyway, they are taking over all this stuff, and I need to eradicate them. Plus I need to eradicate all of these old plants here and just get them out of here. They're fixing to be completely crunchy and brown, and I don't want that there anymore. Well, it took more than a few minutes, but I got it done. It really didn't take that long to do this. I just got sidetracked. My phone started going off, things I needed to talk to my real estate agent about, and then my water well guy came, and while he was here, my insurance agent texted me. I had asked her about whether they insured mobile homes, and she said their last person that writes homeowners insurance for mobile homes shut down in Louisiana last Friday. So I was going to have to find another carrier and not be able to go through the little insurance company that I like to deal with. My garden is kind of looking sparse here. It's kind of looking sparse. Now I'm going to go get the four-wheeler and I'm going to haul all this stuff to the trash. See what else I can get into. What I got myself into was organizing my shed. I should be moving things from my shed, but I decided to organize my shed instead. It just kind of makes me feel like when people come to help me load trucks and move some of this stuff, that maybe they won't mind so much if everything's organized. I know that sounds funny, but this is how my mind works. If I can get things organized and put in groups of things that look alike and that are kind of the same, and then they come off the truck that way at the other end, it just makes me feel kind of like I have some type of control over where all this stuff's going and that it doesn't end up looking like a Sanford and Son pile when it gets to the other end. So that's what I did today. And we have all kind of stuff, and I'm trying to keep it all like-minded things in boxes together or grouped together. Even things like these ice chests, I'm just putting them all together. They'll probably end up on the same truck going to the property, but whatever it takes. I grabbed a pack of ground meat and a pack of gizzards out of my freezer this morning, and when I saw those, I said, I know what I'm going to make. Some Paul Prudhomme's dirty rice. It's just kind of a go-to dirty rice dinner that I've made for many years. Gizzards are cheap. The ground meat used to be cheap, not so much anymore, but it's still very reasonable compared to other things. But I love making this dirty rice. You just cook it all down, cook it with the vegetables, and it's kind of a one-pot meal for supper, though I did heat up some cowpeas that I had left over. So can't beat that. And when we go to the land and we come back home this evening, it's already going to be ready. And that helps me a lot because no matter what happens and no matter what I get done during the day, I still have to cook supper. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I have to work that into my day. So tonight when we walk in, we'll be smelling this dirty rice. Oh my gosh, it's going to smell so good and it's going to taste so good. And I'm so grateful that we have it and thankful that I have a kitchen to cook it in right now. Well, we made it up to the land and it took me a few minutes to figure out this gorilla ladder. I had bought it a while back when I thought I was going to be building a greenhouse, and I ended up selling my greenhouse kit and never built it, and so never used this ladder. But it has 6 locks on it, and they have to all be locked, and everything has to be done correctly before you can get up on it. But it has the wide base at the bottom. I'm not going to be just leaning against this roof to where the ladder could slide. It should be pretty safe. Danny from Deep South Homestead had recommended getting this type of ladder. They sell them at Home Depot, and so I got me one a while back. So I'm just going to assess today. I'm not going to work. My daughter's calling me in a little while just to make sure I'm okay and I didn't fall or anything like that. I might just take one little section and see if I can rake it off, how easy that is, and just kind of get my feet wet to see what I need to do to tackle this project. As my dad would say, just beautimus, just beautimus. That is a lot of debris up on this roof. And it goes farther back than I realized. It just doesn't look like it's that deep when you're on the ground. But it goes halfway across that 18-wheeler container, so it's pretty far. Well, let me see what I can get done. Well, I can tell you, not much is going to happen today. I had my big rake. My rake was kind of heavy. Maybe that was the problem. It's kind of heavy for me to use. But as I threw it up there and tried to pull some of that debris, it just didn't give an inch. It was some of the limbs up there kind of heavy, and it didn't want to give an inch, and I didn't want to jerk and pull on it That ladder was sturdy. The ladder wasn't moving side to side or scaring me in any way, but it's just I was high up, and one wrong movement and you could kind of go falling. So I'm going to reassess this. Maybe if we pulled my son's truck over here, it's got a lift kit on the truck, and maybe if we got in the bed of the truck with a sturdy ladder or whatever to kind of do some of this. Tonight I just wanted to assess. I really wasn't intending to pull it down, but I did just kind of throw my rake up there and kind of pull just to see what would come with it. And I didn't realize that it was going to be that enmeshed up there. I thought it would kind of slide off a lot easier. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of look at it and see what was going on, and I did that. So at least I climbed that mountain, conquered that fear, and I got up on that ladder and looked around up there. One step closer to getting it done. I forgot, the man wants me to take pictures of the sewer system and send to him. They're still working on figuring out exactly what kind of system I need to have. They're going to try to use this older system because they said the concrete systems last for a long time, but he needed to know exactly what I had. So here we are. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm going to send this to him. Well, this is the end of day 20. I feel like I did get a lot of things done. Got my garden cleaned up, got a lot of things hauled to the burn pile. Not to recap everything I did today, I've kind of chronicled it, but I do feel like I got a lot done. Plus, we have a buyer that's very, very interested in that front lot. According to my agent, she's been working with a buyer all afternoon, answering questions and giving them a lot of details, and it looks like they're very, very interested. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to start again tomorrow. I'm going to hit the ground running. And we got a lot accomplished today, including getting my water well certified and everything. So tick that off my list. This is Lainey at Camp Joy Farms, soon to be Hilltop Home Place. Y'all have a great day and stay tuned tomorrow. We'll see what we can get done. Bye-bye.